So I thought, this is crazy and amazing. And this is what the social selling is also about. And this is pretty crazy. Maybe you don't want to go down that road, but I want to tell you this because it's something that I need you to know before anyone else. Here we go. So let me start from the very beginning. What had happened was the following. I have a customer that was having issues reaching out to their customers. So they reached out to me and then we were talking about it. We were gathering a lot of and a bunch of ideas. And then I came up with the idea that I said, listen, how about we attend one of your customers or potential customer webinars and then reach out to your potential customer and then tell him, hey, we have figured that you have had most probably no time to be there. We have done the hard work. We've been there. And it was 1.5 hours. They were talking about XYZ. And you may want to hear about it and what we think that you could maybe do in order to get them to work with you, believe it or not. But this is what happened. So this is how we reach out. And this very person, when we wrote, like not me, obviously my customer wrote a message saying, hey, within those 300 characters, it is really short. And that very person not only accepted his invitation to the network, he answered immediately and said, yeah, I'm really interested and curious. Why would you do that? So he was a little bit suspicious and say, why would you do that? And why would you give me the information? And why for free? And like a lot of questions. So next thing you know, they were talking over Zoom. And they were having a conversation. I was obviously not there, but this is what my customer told me. He said, Mariana, we have had this beautiful conversation where I was able to tell my potential customer something about their potential customer. And this is the very first time in 35 years that my potential customers was totally into this conversation. He was so focused and he had a gazillion questions, not only towards what I have been listening to, but also towards what I was thinking, how he could do more business with that company. Now, my customer is not a consultant. He produces software, right? He is software programmer and he has at the moment 22 people. So it's not Google, it's not huge, it's big. We thought if we go that way, maybe his potential customer would not only see, but vividly experience how interested my customer was in working with them, showing them that he really understood their business and not only their business, but also what issues their customers would have. A few weeks later, believe it or not, they again had another conversation. Of course, it was about the software from my customer. Well, to make a long story short, they now will start working together, which is something really beautiful. The invest that my customer had was 1 hour just of carefully listening and then do the subtract. This is how they do business. I think this is beautiful. When you tell people how they can elevate their business, they will be all ears. If you tell just people, buy my product, but because my product is so super, then most probably people will not listen. In fact, your competitors tell, buy my product, buy my product, buy my product. Most of your competitors, they won't do the hard work. Most of your competitors won't invest 1 hour of their time just to maybe get in touch with your customer and then get business out of it. Nothing really good or excellent ever happened quickly, ever. In the entire human history, take a look at the bigger companies like Google, Amazon, even Apple if you want. All of them had been working for decades in order to achieve what they have achieved. Even if you take a look at all of the people that you may admire, they have been doing the hard work for decades, not weeks, not months, not a few years. Like they have been working and working and working. So we're talking only 1 hour that led to success. And I really asked myself, when was the last time that you took some time for your customers and said, all right, I'm going to invest some of my time to see if I can provide even more value to their business and then give them something they do not expect. Here's the thing. If you give people information that they're not expecting, that they cannot get easily, this is what people appreciate. And my customer didn't know by the time that his potential customer would really appreciate it. He had no cues of like, if I do this, then this will happen. And this is most of the times what people want. It's like, do this and this will happen. Instead, if you take the risk and say, it was totally risky, it's like it was totally risky, but it was worth taking the risk. It was worth saying, I'm going to invest the time because I know after that, this specific customer will want to know what had happened at this webinar. He will want to know what is in it for him, how he can make more business, even if it had nothing to do with the business of my customer. I think it's beautiful. And I think may give that a thought, because then who knows? This is a better way to approach the people rather than sending out stupid automated invitations and saying, oh, you want to know about the software? Book a demo right here. People will not answer to. In fact, I don't know anyone who's answering to automated invitations. If you do, leave it in the comment. I would really like to know. See you next time.